Hey there. That is a pack. Wow. Um, yeah, I don't know this last card here, um, but you you literally can't do better. Um, if you don't know the game, um, or are unfamiliar to sports video games in general, 99 is the highest you can get. Um, yeah, and as you saw throughout this whole video, which I'm not going to talk forever, so this will end soon, I promise. Um, quite a few decent cards, and some decisions that I made that I probably weren't optimal. Uh, didn't know off because they weren't cards that I had been looking for, so I don't know. Say like how much they would go for in the auction market, since I just spent a bunch of coins prior to doing this. Um, so like I don't know. I guess there's a chance. Not really a good one, but like if these were closer in rating, there'd be a chance that like the NFL playoffs card for a linebacker would be going for more than the high rated team builders, being that they're different. What do they call them? Programs in this. But I think like some of my weird decisions were like choosing core rookies and stuff like that, just because having looked at some of the sets, most of the sets, at least in my opinion, unless you have a ton of cards, and I don't. Hey, there's somebody here. Welcome to it. This this is the finale. we have, we have one card left to go. That's a pack. That's a pack, man. I was trying to explain that like based on rating, you can only do one better. Comment. Does it show me the comment? Doesn't show me the comment in here. I gotta switch over. Hold on. Be there in a second. Get get Marcus Davenport? What? Oh, hey Mike. How you doing? The name threw me off for a second. Um, dude, this that's a 98 overall Ultimate Legends Michael Vick. Like they're the only there's technically I think like a weird Tom Brady that's a 99 as well, but basically the 99 I don't want it. The 99 overall, um, like true Ultimate Legend Michael Vick is the best card. So this is technically one step down, but because the game forces you to give up all of your five previous, including this one, Ultimate Legend Vix, to get the 99, which is a bit nutty, but I understand it. Um, I already have one. I don't know if I picked up another one during this pack opening. I don't think I did. But this is obviously the best one. And I have the middle one, which is a 90. So there must be like a 95, maybe a 96, and then this is the top one. Um, so this is I'm gonna choose this. I mean I guess a slightly better card could come on this fourth option here. But I'm gonna choose this, and he's going to be my quarterback because I was already playing with the 90, and that was awesome. Um, so yeah, looks like you're not gonna be giving any more comments, so we'll switch back to full screen here. Oops, wrong button. So for anybody watching on the replay, you got to see all the stuff that I was doing, and as I was pointing out, like I don't know, auction prices. If I was just looking to coin these things, which I should be doing, especially with like 84 overalls and stuff like that. I mean, probably not 93s, but um, really like almost anything under 90. Thanks, Mike, commenting again. I can't see your comment, so I gotta switch back over to the thing. You explaining more to me about Michael Davenport or some nonsense. just a period. Okay, so now you're literally trolling me. I thought we were buds. Don't do that. Um, so yeah, um, I know that I'm not even gonna look at that, Mike, because you just trolled me. It's fine. I'm gonna end this soon, so I need to not talk a lot and I need to not focus on other stuff. Um, but as I was saying right before Mike joined the room, was that I took two in the same pack, 77 overall core rookies, as opposed to whatever the other choice was. They were better, they were like probably closer to like 80, 81. Um, but I think they're exactly 80s, and they were team builders. And it's just because it's like to do a team builder set, they all have to be from the same team, which makes sense. And you need like 32 of them um, to be able to get whatever. I don't even really know, honestly. It didn't seem like it was really worth it. Um, and I don't know. Whereas the core rookie thing, maybe I'm completely misremembering it because I barely looked at it and didn't have a ton to offer at the time. But it felt like you could put like a small number of those crappy cards together in a set and get something slightly less crappy out of it, like perhaps an 80 overall team builder. I don't know, but let's move on. So this card is just, oh, it's just so boss. It really is. I mean, just look at this compared to the 90. For whatever reason, their speed and throw power is exactly the same, but it's kind of difficult to increase that. Um, and then the rest of the stats obviously in favor of the 98. That's kind of what you would expect. Um, I mean, 98 on running to go with that 94 speed. It's just like, man. And passing accuracy 91. I'm gonna kill it. I'm literally gonna kill it with this card. And I've got two, unfortunately, just the two for now. Towards the five to turn into 99. If I had coins, which maybe I would have done if I made better choices in these selections, I could have done that. But oh, well, hold on. So you got that. I mean, you already saw most of that on the other thing. Throw on the run 98. It's crazy. Play action 91. I don't do a ton of that, but whatever. And throw action deep, obviously 92, pretty solid. But let's look at the last one here. So these are all the stats. Obviously not much great strength. But agility, speed, crazy. Acceleration, crazy. Awareness, crazy. You don't really need him to carry this meh. Throw power, obviously we already talked about. Not looking for him to kick or tackle or to block. You can jump if he needs to. Elusiveness, great on the run. Spin move, great. Juke move, great. I'm only looking on the left side, by the way. Injury, fine, whatever. Stamina, yeah. So it doesn't need to be taken out of the game usually. And then, the fuck is that? Throw. Why is this so? This is my screen here. I think that's throw accuracy short. Sure, okay. Throw accuracy mid. Throw accuracy deep. So that's fine. He doesn't throw as well mid. I don't throw a ton mid, I guess. Throw on the run, as I already pointed out, that's nuts. 98. That's fantastic. If I need to play action, great. And then again, no real power or whatever on blocking. No big deal. Can break tackles. Can break sacks, which is huge. Just throw under pressure at 90, 92 as well. I mean, I'd have to look to see the 99 how much better it is, because that's the whole point, is that it's supposed to be that much better, even though it's just a +1 in the rating. But it is just such a crazy card. So I don't know, I'll jump off the mic here, I guess. But we're gonna see what this fourth card is, and then I get a choice. And the funny thing is like this card right here, for the most part, was the choice that I was hoping to be able to get in the final choice pack. Because I don't think you can choose a 99. That wouldn't make much sense. So as far as like 98s, this would have been the position that I wanted and the player at that position. So we'll see. I'll turn the mic off, and now you know what I'm looking at for this for the final 94 plus pick. Peace. All right. So is that just me? Is it just I did this, figuring I might get something decent out of the normal packs, but uh, this is my bad. I mean, I looked at the percentages. Um, I think it was 94 to, I don't know what the cutoff was. I don't know if it was. It makes sense if it was 96, 97, or 98. Was 100%. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of 94 plus. You're guaranteed to get 94 or higher. That was 100%. But the next, whatever, there were only there were two lists, which makes sense on a 94 plus um, uh, pack or whatever. But the other one was like just shy of 50%. And if it was like I don't know, it might have been 98. I could have sworn it was like 98 plus. And maybe it wasn't even plus. Maybe it was like, no, it's just a 98. You're not getting a 99, even though they'd still just call it 98 plus probably. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's close to 50%. I thought there was a shot there. I also thought there'd be a shot at getting something, better than 94. Um, and we did. I, I, I got two Ray Nitschkes, which is awesome. Uh, like just released today. Um, and like I've been playing for like 3 days, so it's pretty cool. I don't know if I need to like buy two more packs to see if like this is gonna get better. What's uh, Does he become my starter automatically? Yeah, obviously. Um, yeah, I mean by a lot. So I mean it's fine. Oh, where's the hold on. Huh. Well, I could have known, I guess, at least how many training I could have got. I've been told that the current MLB The Show, when you're in switching over to see what you're saying to me now, Mike, low buy packs. Um, cool. Yeah, I've been told that like the MLB The Show, when you're in this thing and you like would click on this or whatever, like it would tell you, instead of saying like, hey, auction, which you can click on and you can go ahead and try to auction the thing. Um, Even when you're like making selections, as I did in the selection rounds, it tells you, um, and I haven't played, so I haven't seen the specifics, but it basically tells you how much you can auction the card for, which I think is boss. I I don't know if it's just because MLB is the latest sports sim to have been released, or if it's because it's uh, it's it's SES in San Diego that's doing it as opposed to EA or even 2K. Um, but and so I would say like I can't imagine that that's like somehow copyright or trademark. I'm sure other publishers could do that if they wanted to because they all have auction markets. Um, but at the same time, like part of the point for me doing this Madden stuff was because it was free for me to do. Um, but it's also because like Madden 20 will be out like in 2 months, um, and Mike is gone. All right, bro. I guess I can switch back to the standard, to the standard one. The other thing too is like we'll see if they do this when I finally end this, which I will do very soon. I feel like they should do an overview of like everything that you got from like the collection of packs, because that was how it was done. Um, I think that would be that'd be pretty solid. I don't think I've done other collection ones, but I was not sober, so I don't remember. But I don't think they do that. I think it'd be cool. Um, so yeah, not complaining about getting a 94. It's just, and I actually do like linemen, both O and ND, but yeah, I don't know. Um, I don't know how much. Maybe it's just a bias against the Vikings. I'm not sure. I don't know how much I would really looking to try to uh, boost up Randall McDaniel. Um, and now as far as like if I was going end game with this, which would be a pretty weird way to play the game, like currently having just started a few days ago, and again with the next version coming out in like days. Even if it's 2 months, it's still only 60 days. So that'd be a weird way to play. But if I were, I think that I would look to just max all Ultimate Legends and just have that be my whole squad. And so, uh, like, if Randall McDaniel was the only left guard that was available, then sure, yeah, then I would want that. And so great, I've got one here. This is probably the middle or second from the top, probably middle of the standard five that you'd use for the upgrade. So I don't know, this may be second or third. It's certainly not lower than third. Um, but like again, if I would imagine, I don't know for sure because I didn't pay a ton of attention to some of the other players because I was planning on focusing on people like Vic and originally like Bruce Matthews, who I haven't gotten any more from now. Maybe now Nishki, now that I've got two solid of the five ULs. Um, like I was planning on focusing on people like that first, and obviously flashy players like Deion Sanders and um, specific wideouts like I guess Chad Johnson. Um, Obviously caught my eye, so I'm aware that they existed. But and so it goes from like um, people like Vic that I definitely want. Bruce Matthews, who I was like the first one that I got, so I was like, well, let's go with that. And I didn't even realize that like the blue regular legends have nothing to do with the Ultimate Legends thing. So we thank EA for that. Um, so I was under the misnomer that I started the game basically with two Ultimate Legends Matthews cards, and I did not. I started with one UL and one regular legend, both of which can be part of a 5-part set to trade up for the highest level value one. But again, like basically all sports games and certainly all EA sports games, you can't play more than one version of the same player card, even though they're considered completely different cards. So I don't know what the point would be of maximizing the Ultimate Legend Matthews and then the Legend Matthews. And there's plenty of other players that have the exact same thing going on, as well as like my captain is Jerry Rice. He's up to like a 93 already. Um, and um, my jeez, like my top power up, I guess I switched over to Clinton Dix, which if you're over on the PlayStation side, I should switch over to this. I can see what the frig it is called. But I need to. I got him up to. What do I got him up to? I don't even know. I don't know what his overall is at this point. Um, but whatever tier he's at, like he's getting close. Haha is. Um, and the next one would require either 1,400 training points, which as you can see I don't have here, and I'd have to wait another 6 days if I wanted to pay $5 to get training points. And even then I think it's I don't know if I'd even be able to get 4,000 from those. I don't remember. But point being, like I'm not gonna be playing this game for more than like a couple weeks at most. I don't think so. That's not really gonna fly. So instead, if anybody watches this on the replay and has a PS4, if you or somebody else has access to the, I don't know what it is, man, the wild card, Clinton Dix card. Every time I've looked in the auction market, it hasn't been available. So I have no coins. I have less than 5,000 coins. So you can't really fleece me on the coins. But yeah, I would greatly appreciate being able to have that, assuming it's a a reasonably priced card, as opposed to putting up over 4,000 training points just for that one boost, especially because a fair number of the boosts after that do not require anywhere near as many as the 4,000 training points. Like, clearly the game is designed um, so that you would go after the item, and yet like the item, I don't know, is not there. So I have other power up cards. I picked up at least one through this pack opening. Um, I don't recall it being one that I was very excited about, but I picked it up anyways. Um, and I had other ones. I think I've got two versions of the Deion Sanders now. Or I traded the lower one in for training points. I don't really remember because I had already boosted the first one that I got. Just the one level. It's like 5 training points, and you get him like plus 2. So he's like a 78 instead of a 76. Still not good enough to play on my team at the time at the moment, but that's not the point. Um, so I've got other power ups as well. Um, but it becomes this whole weird thing of it's like, well, I guess there's a way where you can like change your captain, but it seems like a weird sort of trade-in set deal to be able to do it. I don't have anywhere near the stuff that I would need to be able to do that, so I'm just basically gonna rock with the Jerry Rice for now. And I missed a few, not a ton, but a few games where he wasn't in the lineup because I was just constantly setting my lineup to the best overall, not doing anything with chemistries or anything like that. Um, and so he was out of the lineup for at least a few games, like maybe not more than 3, and that was stupid because in order to get him boosted higher, he needs to be in the lineup. Um, and I'm sure regular players probably point this out, so it's probably been known for what 10 months now. I'm sure like Reddits and subreddits for this game, as well as many other places, have pointed this out too. But like specifically with your captain, if he's not, which mine wasn't at the time as far as his overall rating, he was down to like an 80, and I had 92, 91, and 90 for my top 3 wideouts. So there was a bunch between 80 and 90. So it was just like it didn't make much sense for me to force him in, even at like the third wideout spot. Um, I got kind of lucky, I guess, that not knowing any of this stuff, I chose a captain who is a wide receiver. Um, because it definitely seems as though a lot of positions, at least this year, I don't know when they did this because this is the first time I played. First time I played for more than like a minute the current gen console versions of this game. I think I played a free version of this is 19, right? So I probably played a free version of like 17. If that was the last time that Brady was on the cover, I think that's what it. I just felt like the gameplay was ridiculously stupid. Like I couldn't get a pass off or anything like that. Just even in like the training aspects of the game. So I was like, I'm not. This is dumb. I turned it back in the next day. Um, so I don't. This is like my first real experience with the current gen consoles version of the game. So yeah, if it seems as though if I would have chosen a number of specific captains, that I would have been kind of stuck with their positions. Um, but once I realized, like, okay, I don't even know. I guess you, at that point it was just getting like the first or second uh, career captain career progress. Like, I think there's like 10 levels that you can do or whatever. And hopefully it's not like stupid, ridiculously hard towards the end ones because I'm only into like the second one so far. But so far it's just been winning games with the captain on uh, in the lineup. So that was the real point that I was trying to make was that um, when he missed, say, like 3 games, and I think now I've played like maybe 55 or 60, but then I don't think I'd even finished the first like 20 or whatever that were required. Um, so again, it's not a ton of games, um, even for a brand new player. Um, but I was able to figure out that I could go into the specializations, and there were some positions in which he was able to get plugged in because he's a wideout. And I don't know a ton, but I just went and I would do like the generate best lineup thing, and then I would go into the specializations, and I would put him in as the um, what's listed as SLWR2, so the second slot receiver. Um, and I don't know. I don't know if it was based on my schemes or whatever that I was playing, or just playing short games or whatever. I felt like when I did that, which wasn't a ton of games, um, that like he never, I never saw him on the field. Like I never had an option to pass to him. I don't think. I don't recall that ever happening. So it was simply just a thing of like having a placeholder, putting him on like the quote unquote lineup, um, and then but not actually having to use him, but getting it counted towards the captain. So like I think there's other spots where you can do that as well. I mean the slot wide receiver slot, I believe you can use a wide out, a halfback, or a tight end. Um, I mean I don't know, you might even be able to use a fullback. Um, so that specific slot tends to be pretty versatile, um, and it's cool that you can put in a second one like I did that wasn't required to play the game. Um, and there's certain other ones that seemed like it was strange that it wouldn't work. Like after I made the stupid mistake, which was fine because he's a fine player and it has helped my team a little bit. But I was looking to get the regular legend version. Sorry, no, the ultimate legend, fourth of five on the list. The ultimate legend version of um, uh, Calvin Johnson, because it's with the versatile, um, whatever the fuck they call it. Oop, I was trying to make this so I wouldn't swear in this one. I still didn't anyways. Just bleep that one out. So it's the versatile one, which for a lot of players seems like it just affects like their versatility esque stats. Um, but in some cases, as you would have seen, I had a choice in this one and would have loved to have done it, but had a much better card to choose in the final four round or whatever. But there was the LaDainian Tomlinson Ultimate Legend versatile card, only an 89 overall, but was a quarterback. I don't recall. I don't think I had the mic on for that. I did compare, I think, like all four of the cards. There were choices on that one, just to kind of see, like, okay, where would these fall at the present moment on my team, um, and like knew that yeah, that would be a thing that I would kind of want to have, but ended up not choosing him. So anyway, point being, like with the Kelvin Johnson from the Lions, his fourth card, probably only like an 88 overall, is as a tight end, and it's fair. He did play some tight end, um, but I didn't see any other wideouts that had that option. And the reason I point that out, as I started to say, was because in setting your lineup for tight ends, they don't specifically have to be a tight end, but they can't be a wide receiver, is how it's seemed to me when I tried to do it. They obviously, if they're a tight end, they can play tight end. If they can be a fullback, which makes a ton of sense historically, at least. I think even like halfbacks might be able to do that. Um, Maybe not, but and then also like linemen could do it as well. I think. Um, but yeah, whatever. I mean, those guys are not going to be. They're not going to be hands guys in terms of catching. So just like I don't know why you'd want to do that really, but there are three levels of tight end that you can do, and if you don't play a lot of three tight end sets, then again you could slot somebody in there, be fine. Um, if you're I don't know if your captain was like a lineman or something like that, but not good enough to actually play in the line in your team, which would be a bit weird, but whatever, fine. Um, so and the last thing I'll say on that is obviously if you have a middle linebacker, which wouldn't surprise me, a lot of people would have chosen Ray Lewis. Um, if for whatever reason you hadn't been able to build up your Ray Lewis captain card to be able to be your starting middle linebacker, there's at least like three levels of middle linebackers as well, regardless of your scheme. So even if almost all of your play calling is done with just a single middle linebacker, and I don't know, you're not playing like long games and your guys' staminas are fine or whatever, then you like maybe would have to get the second one in there, but like never the third. It would be another spot for a placeholder. And all I'm going to say on finishing all of that up is my point was really so much that Rice as my captain meant that there are other Jerry Rice cards out there that aren't anything to do with the captain besides just like regular cards. Um, and they're intriguing, and then you can boost them up to pretty decent levels. But obviously, the point of the captain card is eventually to make them a 99. So if you're going to get to that point, which is going to be again going to be tough for me to get endgame in like at best 2 weeks, especially if I talk for 6 hours every time I do a stupid broadcast like this. Um, it seems to make almost no sense for me to go after a different Jerry Rice card because unlike the power up cards, um, you don't need like a different version of that player's card to increase the level to the next tier. Um, and same deal with the Mastercard. I have Ricky Williams. I haven't looked at anything in this game. I looked at stuff about this game, um, probably as it was coming out, soon after it came out. Saw just a bunch of negativity, so I just said screw it and decided not to play. So I don't know if everyone just has Ricky as their master card, and it's I think it's like 75 tiers to boost it all the way up or to 99. But again, that would be your point. That'd be something you'd be looking to eventually do there as well. Um, so I don't know. At least for me, again, I'm not sure what the point would be of having any other Ricky Williams cards, since all of the increases seem to be simply the MUT level master collectibles, which as you can see, I'm only up to 20, 25 or 26 level or whatever. It goes to 90 now, so I actually don't know um, what happens on those high levels, assuming that you've already maxed out your master at that point. I don't know though, because it's still 74 levels, and I don't know what level mine is. I think he's only like a 78 overall, maybe, or something like that. Extremely far away from being able to make the team in any capacity. And there's no, it's not like the captain where you get um, a an objective or milestone advantage from having him slotted in. So that's really it for me. It's just that was part of decisions that I've tried to make, which might have seemed strange in this pack opening. Um, I don't know if I did this or not, but like if I saw like an Ultimate Legend that was like a 90 or 91, but there was like an 88 or 89 of one that I wanted more, like say like the LaDainian Tomlinson quarterback versatile card, I would have preferred to have taken LT, but whatever it was that I might have been, again, like one of the high rated niche keys that I picked up, like obviously I'm going to take that. Whatever the choice was, it felt like it was a much better choice on the other one that I did. But again, part of that whole process for me was just my own memory of cards that I had, and I like when I got the weird, what do they call it, like sidekick card or whatever. I'm like, I think I have that specific card. I don't have a ton of those types of cards, so it's kind of strange. I got a duplicate of it, and he's so far off from being able to start that I just scroll down a bunch just to like verify that I did in fact have that card. Um, so yeah, not like I probably have like, I don't know, over 300 cards now, um, like player cards specifically, and yet I don't really know a ton in terms of like who I do and don't have. Like even when I'm playing the game, sometime I get a little confused. I'm like, wait, who? Did I see the last name? I'm like, who is this? And I can end up doing that with like Randall McDaniel, except that he's on the O line, and I haven't found a need in playing the game so far to like do player lock on someone on the O line. I don't know if you even can do that. I haven't felt the need to do much player locking on offense at all. I've done it on D all the time, but I haven't done it on offense, even though I know you can. So yeah, point being, like, now that I've made such a point about this, I think I will remember that McDaniel is going to be on my team now. But if I hadn't, if I just like clicked through, this was just like one of the many cards that I picked up prior to the finale here, I'd have been like, all right, cool, cool card, great. Whatever, moving on, and I would have forgotten about it. So I'm gonna hit continue. Let's get done with this. How long did I take, by the way? Did I go half an hour? I hope I didn't go half an hour. I probably went half an hour. Oh my god, an hour? This is so stupid. People need to not watch my shit. I'm not gonna have access to something for. I can't go back and do editing. At least for a couple days. So people are stuck with the long version. So let's get out of this. Let's get into continue. No unopened packs. Yeah, see, so it doesn't like it doesn't. So Gonzalez and Nitschke now in packs. Obviously, we got the Nitschke. Didn't get the 98 though, obviously. Um, Brian Dawkins available until 4/8. Yeah, so it didn't do like an overview in terms of everyone that was picked up during that list. I know that I'm closer. I see I am 26. I thought it was 26, but I got nothing. I got like no training, no points, no coins. So peace out, yo. Hope you enjoyed the first part of that before I babbled on about a bunch of crap that was pointless. Peace.